Becoming the New You is my third painting for Tree Club, a series where I'm painting one big tree painting a month that shares a story of my life and relates it to nature. And I'll exhibit all 12 pieces plus the minis I create on my Wednesday night studio lives at the end of the year. Tree Club is then a beautiful membership that I have where you receive a print each month of that month's tree. A tree gets planted in your name on our family farm as I help my dad work towards his goal of planting 5,000 more trees on our family property, working towards regeneration of nature corridors, welcoming back more native animals to our farm, and also regenerating the soil to work towards more sustainable farming methods. Each month I also do a monthly giveaway where I create a custom piece of artwork for one of my lucky Tree Club members. And also my Tree Clubbers will have first access to all of these paintings when I exhibit them at the end of the year. Did I already say that? Well, this video is about my January piece titled Becoming the New You. And this piece was particularly meaningful to me because we had just been told that we had to vacate our last property right before Christmas with two young bubs, and we really struggled to find a new place to live, but eventually landed in the home that we're currently living in. And we were not very happy about moving. We were feeling quite grumpy about it. We'd taken a big risk to sell our home and move from Geelong down the coast, and we're not quite ready to buy again. And we really didn't want to be shifting around our young girls a lot before we made the decision where we're going to live and if we're going to buy and all of those sorts of things. We really felt like our hand was forced. And so we were quite grumpy about having to move homes. And it wasn't until after we'd moved in, we're sitting down on our couch in our sitting room, looking out of our windows, and this beautiful gum tree was outside and it was shedding all of its beautiful layers. And the story that I had been planning to tell for my January tree was all about how gum trees shed their layers and their new selves are revealed. And I've always likened this to go through challenging times in life when we have to shed layers of ourselves to allow our new selves to come through and to begin our next chapter. And sometimes this happens, really organically. It feels really good to shed those layers and step into that new person that you've become after going through, an experience or learning a new skill or whatever it is, or moving to a new area. Sometimes we can really resist that change, and it can be a real struggle to shed those layers, to let go of our past selves. Something that I've always likened that to was in motherhood, especially going, from, maiden to mother, having my first bub, and then when I became a mum of two, that experience of having to shed different layers of myself to step into this new person that was now a mother. I wasn't changing who I was at the core. I was still me. I was still an artist. I still loved doing all the things I love doing, but I did have a different perspective on life and different things I wanted to focus on. And for me to really enjoy the experience of motherhood and to enjoy this new chapter that I was in, I needed to shed old layers and old stories of myself. And so I'd been wanting to share that story through a tree painting, through a beautiful gum tree shedding its layers for a long time. And then when we moved into this home and there was this beautiful gum tree outside our window that was shedding its layers, it felt like the universe was telling me that it was time to let go of the old stories I'd created for myself, the plans that I'd set for ourselves for the next 12 months, 2 years, however long in our old home, and really allow myself to enjoy this new chapter, enjoy this new town that we're living in, and really embrace the current situation that we're in. And it just felt like a really poetic moment, to be honest. And so I decided not to use any of the mini sketches that I'd created for the January tree. So every month I create mini pieces on my Wednesday night lives that I then use to inspire my big painting. But there was just too much of a coincidence to not paint this beautiful tree that was now outside our new home. So I decided to honor this new chapter of my life by painting this tree. sometimes pieces just come together flawlessly. They just flow from start to finish. I felt so good throughout this entire process of painting this tree. It just came together really easily. I adored the colors, I adored the details, and it's just one of my favorite pieces I've ever painted because of how easy the experience was. And I truly put that down to me letting go of the control and letting go of the expectations I had on myself, and really just deciding to step into this new chapter with an open mind and really embracing, the new experiences that we get to have here, different places to visit with the kiddos. My 3-year-old now has a bigger room that she adores. We have a beautiful view of the ocean, which I don't think we thought we would ever have. This whole experience has allowed me to enjoy this new chapter of my life, and not resist it as much. And I love that. Through my own work, it's reminding me of things that I've learned in the past, and reminding me to be present in the moment, and to really just focus on the things that you can control and not worry so much about the things that you can't control. And yeah, so this was the piece that came from that painting. It's called Becoming the New You. And I was so excited to share this piece with my tree clubbers. And I received a beautiful letter in return from one of my amazing tree club members who had gone through quite a significant experience with her own health. And she felt that this letter came at the perfect time to really, as she was really embracing this new chapter of her life, as this new version of herself that is physically different than she previously had been, and obviously mentally and emotionally and spiritually different as well. Going through any sort of health concern can do that. And it was just, I don't know, I think there's something that she wrote at the end of her letter was how much she's enjoying Tree Club, and that my work does matter. And I think she underlined the word does. And I'm even getting emotional thinking about that right now, because what I really want to be doing through my work is sharing my stories and my experience and connecting with people. And the fact that my work is connecting with people, it just means so much. So yeah, I really appreciate you being here and watching the video. And if you would like to join in Tree Club and receive a monthly print in the mail, a letter about my life and what that painting means to me, plant a tree every single month that you're in the club. And I'm going to be doing and sharing some more videos about that side of the project also. Then I would love you to join Tree Club. I also draw a winner each month for our monthly custom giveaway painting, and I'm enjoying those paintings so much. Plus, you'll receive first access to all of these pieces, their minis, and any prints I decide to do when I exhibit at the end of the year. I would absolutely love to have you in the club. This little community that we're building is really just a fantastic, awesome, wholesome space, and I can't wait to see how it grows in the future, because I know there's so many amazingly smart and kind and generous and awesome humans that I could learn a lot from. So yeah, I know this club is going to evolve and grow, and I really can't wait to see what comes next. Thanks so much for being here and watching this video. I'll see you next time.